Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United.
Remember the comment he made?
I got some bars to these.
Run Ryan.
And everything. You have players out there.
I think the fellas will take it more serious.
No way.
What grade?
That one. Yes. Because at the end of the day, right now, Manchester United are
Welcome fellas, welcome everybody and welcome to All In, All United. What we saying fellas, what we saying?
Good night, everybody.
Good.
Checking audio, ole loud and clear.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
You're just looking as though you're in a hole because you're looking real blurry.
Yeah.
But
As
we
usual.
now you're
I
looking,
don't know if I could help that.
All right, nice. So, fellas, preseason game number 4 versus Real Betis. And imagine that, right? 2024, only we in the year of our Lord 2024. Ten Hag's 3rd season, and we still starting games with Maguire and Lindelof as the centre-back partnership, and we have men like McTominay in midfield. If you laugh, you'll cry, you know? Anyway, I'll remember when Kurt say Real Betis was more technical than Arsenal. Kurt had to stick to the youth.
Watching
team.
young boys.
Yeah, the youth team. The youth team. Kurt had to stick to the youth team.
Yeah.
Right?
Stick to the YMC.
But earlier, let me deal with the elephant in the room, right? And this thing that has been affecting Manchester United it severely affected us last season. And the season has started good yet. And we get some real devastating news with regard to on the injury front. Euro out for 3 months, right? And Højlund out for 6 weeks. You know, and I think sometimes when you hear those kind of assessments, you still have to take into consideration, you don't want to rush the players back because we see what happened to Russian players back last season. And then player getting back into match rhythm, match sharpness to get the optimum level that you can expect from players like those. And then now, Rashford and Anthony left the game early yesterday, last night, right? And when Ten Hag I think his press conference just ended, when he was asked about Rashford and Anthony, he said we have to wait. Of course, we are not taking any risks for the last match of the tour. We will see if they are ready for Liverpool. And I don't think the 24-hour mark passed yet for Ten Hag to feel comfortable to say anything on injuries. So, fellas, where's all your thoughts on, these injuries? Are you concerned with our luck on the injury front?
So I guess if I chime in, and I guess this could be also after the fact. I guess the one on Erasmus, I guess you see the pressure playing or the pressure coaching or managing Manchester United is so great. Even for friendlies, that sometimes I guess the pressure does even, before the manager now. Because what I'm saying is Rasmus just came back into the fold, into the preseason training, and as much as we would know that, all right, it's preseason, Arsenal may not be up to full tilt. The adrenaline does be so high for such a game, and the magnitude that is Manchester United Arsenal. I think for Rasmus, I think he wants to prove himself as well. I think it could have been more sensible not to start him in that game. But again, I know it's after the fact because again, he could have a lot of muscle loading during that period when he just coming back for the train, and maybe for that intensity of a match, it maybe wasn't the right decision to start Rasmus in that game. But I could be wrong, right? So I would take that here. What? the Erasmus injury, I think that possibly could have been prevented. It possibly by maybe bringing him on in the second half to help build him up instead of forcing him into the team. I think the Euro one is just pure bad luck, right? Because again, I still didn't see any of you all saw when it happened. I still didn't see when it happened. But I think it's just bad luck for us. But I think just having Euro or getting the Euro over the line
That's not my internet, right?
No,
I think Nico he dropped out there.
I know since Nico neighbor pull back the box, man.
Another injury right there, man. Another injury right there. Talking about injuries.
but let me just add. Okay, I see he coming back in here. He come back. I'm gonna bring him back in. Yeah.
right.
God, Nico, tell the neighbor you're using the internet
I
right
think
now.
it's in Tobago here, but I am vacation. I give up a good vacation time. Yeah.
You're lying. The neighbor
Right.
internet.
But I guess just getting the Euro over the line to me was a plus. Is good. I mean, injuries could happen at any time. Unfortunately, it happened now. But we having that player in the rank, I think is important. But it's also important. I think that we need another centre back. To be honest, and I think this injury would have driven the point that as much as we have Euro, we needed another centre back because you see, with one injury, we back to last season.
Yeah. I would just go off kind of what Nico was saying there with Rasmus. I agree to the point with the wanting to kind of, because it's Arsenal, they're playing the intensity, right? But I could see why Ten Hag started, but I think Rasmus for himself, the maturity not there to know that I don't have to run so hard one time and now come back. This is my first game. I could take it easy because we know Rasmus' game is to run hard and chase everything, but you now come off for your vacation. This is your first proper match that you're playing. He had to have the maturity and the sense to know, well, I had to ease my body back into this. Because he went hard one time from the goal. He was
0 to 100.
Yeah, so I think he for himself should have known he had to ease his body back into to match fitness and not just go so hard one time. Especially when he was training like a beast before. It wasn't like no match. He wasn't playing football, so there's a difference when he on the field there now. So he should have taken it easy.
No,
So,
man. Like,
yeah.
I mean, you had to. It's one of those things where you wonder if we blight, like right now. You wonder if we injury bullies. I mean, it's ridiculous right now. I mean,
It is.
and it's hard to put a finger on what's wrong. I mean, everything wrong right now. I mean, you're questioning the fitness department, questioning the coach, the man management. You question everything. You're questioning the scouting, because we have all these players coming in. One injury prone player goes out, one more come in. I mean, all of our guys, we can't catch a break. You wonder if people you wonder who not doing their job because it's just too much going on right now. You look at we're not a team that's built for injuries. Like we can't at this point in our the Ineos revolution, we can't afford any injuries. Our youth team is good, but they ain't good enough. Like Barca could play a third team and they could play against so many people. We ain't that deep. We have some good players, but we have too many players on our first team that aren't good enough, and we can't replace them. So the guys we have that we play and that and the first team that we want to play, they have to be healthy because Ten Hag hasn't really shown that he could play good football with backups. A lot of the guys that we have right now. We had last year when we saw that. So like, and we ain't really play football yet. We ain't play football yet. Last year still out. We know we ain't coming back. So we ain't built for this. We can't. And probably, they probably factored in. Okay, well, we can't buy as much players, but ain't nobody factor in having these many injuries. To start the season off. That's not part of the plan. So I hope somebody do something because I don't know if we have the money to buy players and bring players in to bolster the squad right now.
Yeah, what you saying, Chef?
Good night, everybody. Yeah, I think I echo the sentiments of everybody. We really not a deep squad. We in a serious rebuilding. So those injuries, in one hand, we could say, well, all right, best it happen now than happen when the season starts. But ideally, you want your players and them have some kind of match sharpness before the season starts, so we could start the season running. So yeah, it is a bit of a concern. We can't plan for injuries, but at the same time, man, so it is very concerning that I was trying to figure out if other teams going through these kind of injuries in their preseason, and no, we's the only team which is not a good look at all. So yeah, that we need to figure that out, boy, because we can't go on next season spinning top in mud, trying to scrape players here, there, killing out the same set of players. This is 2 steps forward, 10 backward, man. That makes sense. So yes, decisions have to be made. I don't think it necessarily mean or money might be available for them to go back and look for more players, but other than who they was already looking at, probably like Dillit and whoever else. But yeah, decisions have to be made.
Yeah, and I tell you, things so bad, right? That even on All in All United, we men getting injured and thing. Honestly, I have a little sling going on here, right?
What
Yeah,
about with you?
yeah, by dislocate my shoulder earlier today, by yeah. So,
Sure,
but,
so I hear that.
yeah, but all is well, all is well, all is well.
You're too old to be climbing tree for coconut, dog.
Let me get some comments here real quick, guys. Dixie and Bang on the inside. Hey, yes, Olia.
Yes,
Emancipation.
my
Emancipation.
apologies. Happy
Yes.
emancipation, everybody.
Yes, for sure. We
Hopefully,
have
United emancipate we from mental slavery this season.
Dembe, Elliot, Brent on the inside. Thanks for joining, man. Yeah, Dixian saying here at this point in time, preseason is hurting us more than helping us. You're seeing that? It's true, right? Dembe saying here we have a lot of dead weights with big contracts that nobody wants. The hair case, and I don't think the hair is a problem for us again. But I don't know if the point is that nobody wants him. Probably the point that nobody wants him is what he's making, right?
Because of the wages.
They can't pay the game.
Are you serious? I swear the man going Genoa.
No, that fall through long time. That fall through long time. But going back to the whole point about the injuries and the causes are really, you see it hard to tell a player who nature is to play, particularly when I'm talking about Hoyland.
Yep.
His nature is to play like that. So it's hard to tell a player, especially when you want to kind of set a style of play and make certain demands on players. You want to see it executed in preseason. That's the purpose of preseason. And if you listen to how Ten Hag talking, he don't see preseason games as friendly games, so you don't go in passive to go and give your best You understand? Because right now, Ten Hag in the balance in terms of a style of play and establishing how he wants his team to play. So if you come casual, going half-hearted, you
You could
know,
get dropped.
exactly, and it will reflect badly on management,
Yeah,
right? So Hoyland could only play how Hoyland know how to play,
yeah.
right? It's unfortunate, and I mean, I thinking that you go hold back here, you go push here, you go be a little intelligent in your play, but Hoyland is like a raging bull. You understand? And
Yeah.
That's his game.
yeah, and we talk about the lack of, and I don't want to bring it down to IQ, but you could only use what you have. You understand what I'm saying? And that is just what Hoyland giving you. The one with
Not only that too, the style of play, as you rightfully say, the manager want to play too. If you watch the ball and then when Hoyland again ball to be build up and his ball to run on, his ball to take, So
that high
where
press, and that press.
yeah, where else do you go to?
Correct. I don't know how true it is, fellas, but the one with Euro, I was hearing some talk that Euro was showing signs of some injury. That's why they took it light with him in the sessions leading up to the game. But they still went ahead and started him. I don't know how true it is, but I was reading that they, because he didn't train a couple sessions before the Arsenal game, right? And it's because they were monitoring it or something like that. And well, whatever happened, and well, now he out for 3 months. So the and then we have Rashford going down, we have Anthony going down. So it's looking too good.
Well, Anthony,
Hopefully Rashford
Hey.
not too bad. I'm hoping Rashford was more precaution and they were about to make the changes because his one was more stamp. And that, I feel like in
his
a normal
weight,
game, he might
went down on it too.
Yeah. So I'm hoping it's not as serious with Rashford.
I mean,
Anthony, it looked like it a little worse with Anthony.
I think the injuries, what the position. I mean, we okay on the wings. I mean, striker, we gotta see what Zexi could do, but that those left back position and center back positions. I mean, we have to. I mean, if Malacia comes back, I mean, we want to go in, with Shaw kind of iffy. Maguire just came back from injury. I ain't gonna mention the butcher. We can't grasp at straws for these players because, like I said, we ain't really started the season yet, and these guys are looking injury prone. I mean, so many of them, and it's scary to think of. We ain't really we ain't touched the season yet. We got the Shield coming up. I mean, we okay. The forwards, but see that midfield and that defense right now. I mean, I don't know what you're gonna do.
But all I think is the style of play that's kind of lending to this, or is it that all right, we will get through this and the fellas go adapt, they go build up the kind of robustness and soon we will be playing high press, high intensity football and nobody will be getting injured, or is it all that we just somebody work something on this team, but no, somebody I don't know.
I honestly don't think it is. I want to say we bad lucky, but we bad lucky.
But that's with the senior team because of the 18s, the under 18s is high press football they play. When you listen to the commentary throughout the game and they're talking about how the under 18s play and this high press is their style because you saw it
it is most certainly their style.
Them men pressing hard.
Yeah.
So it has been something with the senior team. Maybe really is something that the senior team had to adapt to with his style. And that's why we see the injuries with those players because it's clear that is the style that the club going for because they're trying to transition from the youth teams come forward. So if there's the style that the senior team had to play, it's just about the players adapted to it and the body had to adapt to it too.
Yeah, but I mean, when you look back at the history of, I mean, what bugs me, and I don't want to hate going back to it, but the history of injuries. We talk about Tony Martial. A lot of things we see with Martial kind of played out with a number of players last year. It didn't look as bad, but you see like the coming back and still injured and playing, and then being misdiagnosed and being forced to come back. Like you see a lot of you look at that medical department, you're like, and you think, nah, I mean it can't be them because we didn't let us go into another season with them same issues. Certainly somebody, Ineos know enough about sports science to have somebody go in there and see what they're doing and make sure it ain't messing up the product. But to start off like this, you really have to look again at all these people in these positions because they said it ain't right.
Yeah.
You didn't make any changes in that area.
I think it's just the Arsenal doctor who here, I don't think anybody else come in the medical team. I'm not sure.
I think somebody left that as well.
Yeah.
The doctor came and somebody left.
Yeah,
but in terms of, personnel that day, I don't know. Let me just get some comments here quickly, fellas. Eric Lewis on the inside, good night to you, man. Thanks for joining. Javid on the inside as well, thanks for joining, buddy. He's saying we actually have some competition for places, so men pushing harder preseason. So, okay, yeah, I could see why Hoyland was probably pushing, but I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the number 9 spot was his to lose. So, yeah. I mean, Deanne Cameron on the inside, thanks for joining. She's saying, good evening, everyone. Glad to be here. Yes, glad to have you on the pod. The injury jumbie is real. Kokie Bush dance a chicken around the fire, Jerry. I can't do another season with this injury situation again. On a positive note, Ahmad looks really good. This underlines
the boss.
We have needing to increase our squad depth. Yeah, of course, for sure. We will get to Ahmad. Javid was saying here, and this is driven by the fact that any player other than Kobe and Bruno to lock in a starting place, right? And I think that's what he was making the point earlier when they had to push harder in preseason, right?
Yeah.
The saying here, on a serious note, I think the medical team needs a harder look. Remember when Cassie had an issue that they missed and his personal medical people picked up? Yeah, Luke Shaw admitted that he came back too soon and he hinted that they got it wrong. Yeah, so it's plenty things that going on behind the scene that could be contributing to our injury situation, because I mean, I'm watching around other clubs and I'm not seeing the fall. Nope. I'm not seeing the fall now. Boy.
Nope.
So it had to be something with we. And if we have to, better last season, we need players available. And then we can't run the players available to the ground because we don't have
ground. Yep.
You understand? So the squad depth important. We talk about quality squad depth, but with this sense we gain players in and nobody fit.
Yeah.
Anyway, so onto the game, fellas. We want to get some thoughts on the game. It was a nice performance. I mean, we don't want to get carried away because it was just Real Betis, and I tend to really measure it against better opponents. But again, you have to play who in front of you. Yeah, you had to play who in front of you. So what was all the thoughts on the games? Any standout performers? Them youth players and them.
Boy.
How are we going?
So I know we talk about style of play, right? And to me, I saw, and again, I know we just say this Real Betis, right? But I know they played Liverpool, and again, we still don't know what kind of team Liverpool is to even judge Liverpool, right? But I think Liverpool even struggled to beat them, right? But what I saw last night, I saw a similarity in terms of Ten Hag's first season, how he wanted to play, how he wanted the team to play, how he wanted the team to dictate the ball, how he wanted the team to play the other team's half, controlling possession. And I saw that yesterday. And I think that what we was asking for, a style of play. We're not sure what we're doing. We're not sure how we want to do it. and I saw yesterday. And the thing about it is, I saw that yesterday with a team that I didn't expect to see it from.
Yeah.
Because when you looked at that lineup yesterday, really, about 6 or 7 of those guys most likely won't be starting the first day of the season. But we really saw performance. Betis would have had their chances. I guess we could get deeper into the game. But overall, I was pleased with the performance. I think my summer performances were a matter of course. What I saw from Casemiro,
Yeah.
Casemiro looked like the Casemiro from first season. I did not see Casemiro show his frame. Last night I was looking for that. I was looking to see when Casemiro gonna show you frame, when he gonna show you, dive into a tackle a last ditch, so you wouldn't have to run back, and he's still on his feet, I guess maybe is familiar a position for him as well, but he did well, and I think in the second half, I think Collier again stood out from everybody else, so definitely he is a fine. He definitely is a fine. We know it had the hype around him, which we didn't see or couldn't see because we didn't see enough of him. But as we would say, when you're power players, then you could pick out one person who could make a difference and you could say, yeah, boy, he looking good. I think Collier was that person in the second half. Yeah.
Yeah, go through, fellas. Thoughts on the game?
Yeah, for sure. Ahmad is his standout. Again, I think he making that right flank his own. I really can't see anybody else coming and taking that from him right now with the way he playing. He
You sure, boy?
dynamic on hey, hey, not how you
Hey,
playing right
Terago,
now.
so then I should look at that right there. All right, all right.
Garnacho is the only player who I could say will give him competition, but I think there's a dynamic to Ahmad play where he could go right or left comfortably. You get it from Garnacho too, but not as comfortably. So I think Ahmad is in a kind of almost like Saka. Like how Saka could go either right or left or down that flank and you don't know where he will take it. I think we getting that from Ahmad, and that's why I would prefer to see him start. I
You
think
think
Ahmad,
you think JP, you think Ahmad benefiting from the fact that, let me just say, Garnacho wasn't on tour, because we know what
I think
Ten
so.
Hag inclination may have been to, but the fact
To
that,
play with Tottenham, yeah,
yeah, so the fact that Garnacho not there, Ahmad actually get a free run at it, because
yes,
I figure Ten Hag don't realize Anthony is tutu,
yeah, yeah. He realized that. So I think, and this what players have to do when they get your opportunity, get to seize it. And I think he more than seizing it, and he is the standout player on the tour right now. So it really going to be unfair, I would say, for Garnacho to come back and just walk in that team and start on the right hand side over Ahmad. And you want the healthy competition in your squad. And right now, as things stand, Ahmad should be the one who gets it and start. Garnacho could work and fight fit, and we could have a nice competition on that right hand side for who come in there. Because if Sancho stayed, we know Rashford and Sancho might have a play on the left hand side. So the competition stiff on the wings, right? And that is what we want in the club. You need that competition in the team. And again, we're seeing with Collier too. Even Oyedele, he's our next one. I find out very good in the second half. The composure. Amas is another young player who looking very good and ready to make that step up. He had little moments last night where you see the inexperience, but he will learn the more he play with the senior team. So I really want to see these players integrated into the squad more, see that rotation, that them fellas get more minutes in the legs, spend more time with the senior team and actually get minutes to not just be on the bench. Because we see what these players could offer with Kobe. Look at Kobe rising 8 months. Look at what going with him. So players like Collier and Amas, want to see them get the opportunities to really show what they could do. And I had to mention Rashford as well. I think Rashford was looking really good. He was composed, he was calm, he was taking on men, he was making good decisions in his passing. So I'm happy to see that so far, and I really hope that he can go off as well and can give us a great season. They were good, they were great from Rashford.
JP, as on it, but you think Rashford performance was helped by Amas?
Yes, yes,
Because
because in a last season, remember I was saying Rashford is a player with Shaw. You still look better when Shaw making you runs. He's give Rashford that freedom.
Yeah.
But when he had to play like Adalo, it do be the same.
Yeah, I think Amas helped because he
Yes.
always providing that support. He always
Yeah,
provided that decoy and
Yeah.
that decoy the runner had to go with him because he have a quality cross.
Yes.
So it's not like it's a one Basaka running down the left that you could leave because you know he ain't gonna deliver nothing. So you know the two men are gonna cut with Rashford. But with Amas having a better quality on the left, a player had to be mindful of him because even with the cross when Amas scored, you saw when the defender when it happened it had the ricochet, you know the defender was like, oh my gosh. You know, and you know history was irrational. So that's knowing that this man having quality on the ball, I think would have helped Rashford as well.
Yeah, if I could just jump in here as well, and that's a good point because what's happened to Rashford plenty last season, and that hit his confidence hard is having to go up against 2 and 3 defenders, double and triple teaming him, right? With Amas or with a wing back or a full back that have the ability and defenders are aware of their quality, know they have to think twice. They have more than one person to try to shut down. And plenty times Amas was going and taking players, providing the width, and Rashford could afford to come inside. You understand? And I think that's where he played. He do a nice little tricky play through the player leg and he get fouled. And we had a free kick.
Yeah.
So those are the kind of movements and dynamics that we want to see in the team. Right? Now, just following up on Nico's point, I think the team looks better with a false 9 as opposed to the Rasmus type striker. Because I saw a lot of link up and a lot of movement in that space that we were looking so good. I was like, what? Is we have all our jokes? What thoughts?
I too like the idea, excuse of the false 9. You're seeing the difference. At the same time, too, boy, I believe in having that center forward with the finishing power, a proper center forward then who's supposed to be on the end of ball to finish. But we looking bad at all. It has some players, just a little going back to the question before. It have players you could clearly see was hurt by how hard people come at them last season. Casemiro, I think, is number 1 on that. He really was taken back at how first season he was the greatest thing ever. And last season, he get blasted to the point that his name was first to be sold. Men have ego and men have pride. Casemiro looking the fittest. You have Casemiro looking smaller. So you could clearly see he went and worked on himself. He looking every game Casemiro play for the preseason. He has looked better and better. And as Nico said, it is not no just throwing your body and making ridiculous tackles. And Casemiro passing on point right now too. So yeah, big up to Casemiro. But you see this youth Amas? But listen, I want to see what they're gonna do with he had left that left back,
Now show picture. Show picture.
What?
I'm telling you. Sure. No, at the same time, we had to for me, Amas doing good. Right?
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna rush him.
No.
And I
No, I
gotta
don't
rush
want
him.
to
And I
rush him.
gotta
I don't
force
want to
it.
rush him. I just
And them
want to see
two,
what is this decision making with him.
yeah, yes, agreed. Because I like what he offering going forward. He's showing
Correct.
quality, and you know the thing I like about him, what I dislike about Luke Shaw. You see that back pass,
Back
Luke Shaw
passing
love.
thing.
You
Nah,
see
Yeah.
that boy?
nah.
Yeah.
God, boy, that first pass from Shaw always a back pass. You understand? And Amas going forward, he turning here for a 17-year-old playing at this level, he's showing real confidence.
Yeah.
You know,
And to
It's
JP
17
point,
or 16.
I think he's 17.
17 or
17.
yeah, I think he was about
And to-
16. But
and to
anyway,
I
JP
could be wrong. I could be wrong.
I think it's 17
anyway,
too.
wherever it
And
is, but
to JP
but I-
point
it's
too,
good.
boy. You see, Ahmad, we know Ten Hag is a madman and he's a wicked man. But all Ahmad doing is continuing the form he had in his season, you know. And the youth man's taking a claim clearly. All you had to give him more playing time. Look what has happened. Dan, when he played to Anthony's chalk and cheese, you know, you wouldn't like to see no player get injured and thing. But Anthony getting injured is not a bad thing for we, not, to be quite honest.
Gosh,
Hey,
yeah.
I said Anthony take that injury so he wouldn't get loan or sell
Yes, that's what I say too.
because nobody again and buy an injured
That's what I
player
say too.
Why,
why-
I say, what you think, man, Anthony?
because he
He
get
know,
nothing.
he know.
why am I doing that? Anybody want him anyway? I mean, nobody.
He
Boy,
know
I
he need
said
shop
the same
window
thing,
to
Nico.
go down Greece or something.
Yes, boy. I said the same thing, Nico. I said, boy, watch he know he was gonna get loan out, you know.
Well, yeah, the manager say he bringing in a wing back, a right back, who he know will unlock Anthony. So let me see what Mazwari gonna do now, man. Let me see what Mazwari gonna unlock, right? We might be talking
Yeah,
different about Anthony come mid-season. You know?
Mazwari not going and play ahead of Dalo.
I hear that. But we might sit in a cup game and might say, wait now, we could try this thing, Anthony and Mazwari in a Premier League game.
All you find, all you feeling of the going for any midfielders? Because I ain't seeing nothing about a midfielder.
Well,
Me one.
the word is we have to sell to buy. That's what we at right now. We have to sell to buy. You know. Be sitting before you come in. Let me just get some comments here, right? Them saying here we're running the players available to the ground because the backup players can't be replaced. All right. Mylon on the inside, good night to you, man. Thanks for joining. Anderson on the inside, thanks for joining, man. Good night. He's saying the game was not bad. Maguire still does give me headache. But you and all the Man United fans, we.
It's Maguire.
Yeah. When I see that starting lineup, I was like, what this game by? You know? I wasn't encouraged.
Well, it was a decent watch.
Yeah, it was. Them they saying here players like Harry and Lindelof, big contract, nobody want them, not even a rumor. I think Lindelof wanted by somebody.
Yeah, Lindelof want.
Yeah, Lindelof.
Clubs want Lindelof.
And the silly thing about it, guys, things could really kind of speed up. You see, when we reach back in England and teams back, you know, home preparing, that's when things could actually happen.
Yeah.
You know, it's very rare players just leave from camp. You know, very rare. Kristen on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He's saying, I still can't understand how teams want to pay 17 million for Scott when he was on the top scoring midfield in Euro qualifiers and even in the Premier League. I see Atletico offering 40 million for Gallagher, Fulham paying 35 for Smith Rowe, and he hardly even played last season or season before.
Yeah.
I think the issue with McTominay is the fact that he have 1 year remaining on the contract. So they're testing the waters. They're trying to play poker with we. You know?
Not to mention Scottish shit.
But still. I agree. No, Chef, I agree with you, but still. The man, according to what Christian say, the stats, when you watch his stats, people had to pay more for him, because
I agree. Who barely play a game.
No kind of football. Going for more than Scott, that's foolishness.
Yeah.
That could
But JP, I will say this. I get you because stats, they could talk what stats don't lie, but we also know that stats could be very misleading though. And we as Manchester United fans, people could wave Scott McTominay stats whole day in our face. We know better than that. We know that, and you feel them, and you feel them scouts and them don't know. Yes, Scott McTominay score goals in a poor season for Manchester United, but what Scott McTominay didn't really do. What are you doing, Euros? Not one tail.
No,
I think-
but the thing is, at your level, Scott will be a better player. You know? It's
Correct.
Like, it's like
At Fulham
Fellaini
level.
at Everton. Look
And
at Fellaini
Pereira,
at Everton
Pereira at Fulham.
and Pereira at Fulham. So
Yeah.
is at your level, you'll be a better player. And I think at a club at Fulham, if they want Scott, they have to pay for him because at that level,
How much you think Scott would? Seriously.
30
I think the advantage Fulham have is knowing that if we wait until January, McTominay could talk to them
Yeah.
and bust out on free. So
Yeah.
that is what we're trying to deal with right now. And Fulham are aware that all them other clubs who interested in
Yeah,
McTominay
they know
are
he
aware of
on
that.
the way out.
Yeah, and that is why West Ham could come and play. They want to bid 10 million for Wan-Bissaka. I would have slapped them.
Yeah.
You understand? Because they know Wan-Bissaka have a year remaining on the contract. So them coming and they saying, well, hey, take that because nobody else interested. And we know all they need to sell Bissaka to get Maswari. So people are aware of our financial situation and they're trying to take advantage of it. So we have to decide what position we want to take, whether we go accept small money or player will leave on free. Anderson saying nothing less than 35 mil, which was rejected last year. So if 35 was rejected last year, we ain't getting 35 this year.
35 mil for Scott McTominay.
The way things
And we are selling.
that was last season. No. If 35 million coming for Scott McTominay from Japan, them taking that money. You know what I'm telling you? Scott had to learn Chinese was or Japanese. You know what I'm saying?
Ching chong, adios.
We are waiting for you to accept that now. We taking that, go away.
It's a quick alligator.
Now we are getting that amount of money from McTominay.
No, I ain't getting nothing. I'm telling you, JP tell me that 30. I see how I watch JP for Scott McTominay. If we get 30 for Scott McTominay, I want to take that money and we run with it.
Anderson saying the way things looking, Hariyama starting against Fulham. I don't think so. He could be on the bench definitely. Doing on the inside. Good night, man. Thanks for joining. He's saying here, Amas and Collier are the youths for this season. Ten Hag have to talk in their ears like how he spoke in Garnacho and Kobe ears. True that. Eric saying here, Ahmad was excellent again. McTominay was trash. 9 touches in 60 plus minutes. We need to take that 23 million from Fulham.
Even though Scott McTominay went back and bring a goal for we.
Yeah,
What goal was that?
It's McTominay that chucked the ball for away from Rashford. Think is that?
Okay.
For the penalty.
No, it is Ahmad who get foul?
Right, but it's McTominay that win back the ball.
Yes.
All right, only forcing that by. All right.
No, I'm forcing it. I just say it. But then you know as well as I ready for you to go your way.
I'm telling you, every time I see you, I just get vexed me. Akid on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He's saying after Anthony Martial, we should, don't be on Martial. Only don't be on Martial. Right? Don't be on Martial, right? Respect.
I agree with him there.
Yeah.
Anytime we see that A, run.
Simeon?
No, I mean, the guys covered most of the bases. I mean, Ahmad was, he going to he was good last year. He looking, kind of elite, kind of scary this year. I mean, the balance has, with his body, his small body and his speed. I mean, every year I've seen him, it's gotten better. So you want to keep someone that's playing better and better. His finishing, he needs to work on his finishing, but that shot yesterday was top notch. So that's getting better. Amas, I kind of questioned Amas the last show, but the guy can play. The guy can play for football. His movement, his skill, his comfort, his confidence is really, I could see him being I think at this point he needs to be on a team because last year you don't know, Shaw can never really depend on. So I think he needs to have a spot on a team just because we can't spend money on a left back right now. I don't think so.
And you don't have to.
And I just want to say, this team, I think we are actually getting better with Ten Hag system. I think the third year, I think guys like Maguire, Lindelof, Basaka, just knowing the system. They're not built for it, but just having that time playing on there, you see the progress in their positioning, their skills. It's not top level, but just by them doing that, you're seeing how a team could improve, how you can play football. And having guys, the wingers that could possess the ball and just keep the ball. Everyone just looks better. We talk about Casemiro. Like, I didn't really see he looked good, but we had the ball so much. You didn't really have to worry about Casemiro running back and having to make too many tackles. I think like the system that they're not trying to imprint, slowly, but then for us looking better playing it. They'll never be good enough to play against the City or even full strength Arsenal or Liverpool. But you're seeing how the system he's teaching, could work. But I mean, McTominay, I don't really see too much of him. I like the fourth nine. We talk about Sancho, Ahmad, and Rashford. It kind of I kind of got confused sometimes because I saw Ahmad on the right side. He looked kind of like Rashford. I was like, that ain't looking right. I don't know what it was, but just the movement, the shiftiness, like it's good when you're watching a team and you see it at a high level on both sides, and you have Sancho. You know what Sancho could do with the ball, So it kind of reminded me, not quite, but when we had Greenwood, Martial, and Rashford, just guys that could facilitate. Rashford was passing the ball, making good plays. He looked good, so you saw glimpses of what we could do, but you have to kind of calm yourself because the team we played against, it's not even the same team from last year that they had. They actually said that they were looking to be more financially responsible, so they lost some players last season. So it's not the Real Betis we played last season, but it was encouraging to see those guys who we figured should have been sold playing better football, because right now it looks like they might be playing, a bigger part than we want them to play next season.
Yeah. Dwayne saying here, Ahmad don't look as small this season. Yeah, well, he had to build up, huh?
True.
He had to build up. Anderson saying here, the reason why I say Ahmad starting is because no options. But I think Shaw and them fellas will come back in and
them fellas will be back
and start. Guys, so for me, I'm looking at the kind of control that we had on the game, right? But I'm also looking at how we just look suspect defensively, right? And it would seem to me that we had to outscore teams because we still conceding some real sloppy, stupid goals.
I mean,
Go ahead.
I forgot something. Amos, I talked about how good he was going forward, but I forgot to say how he's still young.
Yeah,
He's fall asleep sometimes.
Yeah,
when that happens. This is why I wasn't in favor of him starting. But when you have Maguire next to you, you can't fall asleep because Maguire ain't getting there.
That's
even Lindelof. I mean, you can't have Bissaka this days off sometime in the back post. Like you can't afford to have Amas playing just because you have no. I don't know if Martinez, when you come back, you could have that, but like Amas isn't ready, and as much as we say Casemiro improved, when it's time to when it's time to stretch your legs out, can he still get there? I don't know. I was seeing enough to say I would love him to be back. Make no mistake. If Casemiro is back to prime Casemiro, we going to be top. We will. I mean, he was so good. You could say top 4, but after what I see last year, no, I can't. I have to see it.
You see, what made Casemiro, that prime Casemiro was because Casemiro played in a possession-based team. You understand? So to have Casemiro playing in a transition team where, the ball security of the players around him, not at the Modric or Kroos level, then I mean, Casemiro looked good yesterday earlier. But I don't know what to expect from Casemiro going into this because we had to understand the quality of our opponent that we're going to be playing in the Premier League. Gonna be a different level to preseason level.
Yeah.
So this is why I want to be very, very careful in getting carried away with the Betis and the Arsenal, carried away on both sides, overly negative and then overly optimistic. Because I just know when you start to play against the Fulhams and the Wolves, the teams that we go expect to be that will come and play with you off the park that we saw last season. That is when you go see whether Casemiro leanness and we looking small, you go see how well that's working for us. You know what I'm saying? So it comes down to the team tactic, right? And how well them fellas executing with the team and the game planners. And it seems as though we wanted Ten Hag still, because I was watching yesterday, and Ten Hag keep forcing the fellas up.
Yeah.
Right?
You keep telling them push up.
But my issue is defensively we still conceding goals, right? And then dropping asleep as Simeon was saying, and then we gain turn easy, right? Because look at the second goal. That game was supposed to be far gone by the time full time, but it was a close game and they could have even equalized later on. So while we would have played good and we would have good portions of dominance and possession and whatever, and creating some nice chances, we allowed Betis back in the game, and this happened plenty last season. So all I think about with defensive, because we are looking 200.
Yeah, well, you see, we play a game with the
Well, I gave it. Go ahead.
Yeah, the Maguire Lindelof is, and it kind of hard to judge the defense when that was the defensive partnership because we know Maguire Lindelof either supposed to not be an existent partnership going forward because either one of them should be leaving, and the real centre back pairings would be like if we get in a delete, it might be a Martinez and delete to start with, and you have Euro to come in still. So it kind of hard to judge that, but as Rima was saying too, if we pushing players up too much, then it's kind of hard for people to get back when it's time to do the actual defending. And I think that is part of the problem that we have it. So, I think we really just have to look at what the real partnership is we're looking for defensively and finding that proper balance between pushing up and staying back when you need to.
Yeah, and remaining compact too. Nico, go through now.
Yeah.
Nico, not here now.
Are you on mute?
Nico.
Yeah.
And I think oh, you hearing now?
Yeah.
No, you hearing now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you hearing now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think the same sentiments with GP in terms of the Maguire Lindelof. I think they're naturally very fragile, and I think Tom Heaton didn't help either.
Yo.
I don't think Heaton helped. Because I mean with that save, you're hearing me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're hearing me?
Yes.
Yeah.
You ain't seeing
Hello.
the thumbs up.
Yeah, but we hear you, Nico.
The signal bad on my side.
Signal always bad in Tobago.
Yeah. So I think with our Martinez coming back in and helping as well, even the Amas, that would help, because Amas was really lacking that leadership next to him now, and he had to, because when you have a senior centre back and could, keep talking to you, because I play football already, and I play football with senior centre backs who would tell you, hey, mark that man, hey, keep switch on, hey, that's talking to you continually, guiding you through a game. It does help. But with Lindelof and Maguire, you don't get up now. So maybe a Martinez into the team might help that. Keeping that mistake from Heaton yesterday was atrocious, right? He actually played back on the left, the attacker foot, right? So and then I think the refereeing too was real suspect. I think we could have gotten at least 2 more penalties, and we could have scored 5, and the game could have been way more comfortable. So, but overall, I think that the team, as somebody would have said before, understanding what Ten Hag want from the team, and again, we see players like Wan-Bissaka as defensively solid that he is. I don't think he's a Eric Ten Hag type player, because I think in possession, again, and we saw it last night, he loses the ball a bit too easily in possession. And that cannot help Eric Ten Hag team, because he wants to play the football so high that when Wan-Bissaka mess up, then the whole team running back, and we're like, really be looking disorganized and we'll be open. So I think we need we need players, as we see with Amas, as we know with Shaw, as we know with Dallo, players who are comfortable on the ball, especially defenders, who are comfortable on the ball and comfortable playing passes into the midfield and also to the attackers. I think just those pieces fitting will help our system even be stronger defensively.
And that's what making this Euro loss miss hurt so much, because we were seeing that those same qualities that Euro was carrying,
Yeah.
He might even play with Martinez yet. I mean, we ain't even got to see that partnership, Messed up, man. Messed up.
Hey guys, so I jumping off, right?
Yeah, Nico, man.
So enjoy the rest of the night. All right, this time.
Yeah, Chef. So thoughts on the defensive frailties that keeps, pushing out its head. How you feeling about it?
Yeah, done. I'm not trying to see Lindelof and Maguire. Wow, I've done it. I know here already, so I have nothing to pull out. I can't deal with that. That goal was scored yesterday. Both goals. It's defensive nonsense.
Yeah, men sleeping.
Men sleeping is, I say, he turned his a dumbass too, But oh gosh. And you know what's the irony? You remember last pod, we talk about Onana don't get arrested. We see why Onana can't get arrested. Oh God, he turned wicked, He turned like them old people and them who don't want to retire at all because they want to just collect a salary. Then he turned showing no kind of improvement at all. But so yeah, we defensively still kind of worrying the kind of goals we just concede. If a team work and score a goal, you could say, all right, cool. But we just give team goals, boy.
That's it. We just give away goals.
Yeah.
You understand? And every game that we play, I wouldn't lay too much on the Rosenborg game, but the amount of chances we give up in that game, The amount of chances. I surprised them when we win 1-0.
Yeah.
But every game we surrender too much chances, and I know when better teams come around, we go get punished.
Yeah,
right.
And that was one of the biggest things last season. The amount of chances on goal we just concede.
Yeah.
Every game.
Yes, so we had to do better. Last point I want to put to the panel, and then we can wrap it, right? the question is, and I mean, it might be a rhetorical question, but has the squad been improved from last season, right? And what needs to happen, as far as you're concerned, right, for this squad to be improved?
I will say I like the players that they have brought in so far to improve the team. I like not only the players, but I also like the moves they make with the management of the team, because those are issues we needed sorting out long time, and the men that they brought in could definitely make a difference to what happens on the field eventually. I'll give that. I still, and I understand basically we have to sell to buy, but I still find we have way too much dead weight in that team. For such, and the thing is, we have all that dead weight, and we still not a deep team. So I still find we have some work to do to improve from last season. One of the definite things to improve from last season, I'm hoping, is that some of the players who are so out of form, like Casimiro. I hope this thing with Sancho sort out itself. I hope Rashford, So yes, all them factors we have to consider.
So
In my
basically,
opinion.
what you're saying is the team improve, right? We
You know,
improve. Okay. JP, what you saying?
Um, I think the team improved. I know we just replace with Martial going, so we replace and Varane going, so we replace with Euro. But I think the direction with the replacements is what I like, is young players who could be molded into the system that Ten Hag want to play. And as players who would suit the kind of football that he wants to play as well. And not just Ten Hag, but the direction the club going as a whole with players. So on that side, I would say yes. I think we improved, including what Chef say with the team around Ten Hag as well. We can't underestimate what those changes could actually do to what the football will be. So to how those changes could really be the catalyst to the unlocking the players that we have already and getting the best out of them. Because I really feel like, a manager could have his ideas, but then the people around him, they're not offering anything to really improve. And Van Nistelrooy and the other people who come in, their role is to help with the football. So Ten Hag saw where there was an issue, and in discussion with Ineos, assuming, and they make the choice to change out the backroom staff as well. So we have players there with potential. So if those changes could bring out the potential the players we have, then I would say we should see improvement in the squad overall.
All right, nice. Yeah, good. Simeon, what you saying?
I mean, in third year of a coach, there should be improvement. I'm seeing improvement. I think guys know more of what they should be doing. Um, team, but personnel wise, not really. I mean, replace. I'm gonna be negative here, but you replaced Varane. Who want our best centre backs. The young guy who looks great, but injured already first. Before preseason. That issue we had with Varane was not that Varane couldn't play, was either was injured or I don't know what. He had a little tip with Ten Hag, but Varane's main issue was injury. He couldn't play, consistently. We had Martial who left. His main issue was injury. Now Rasmus is, Rasmus was injured what 2-3 times last year. Now he's injured again preseason. Injury. We Xerxes looks promising. I really like how he looks, but he didn't play yet. But we, like you guys said, two in, two out, two in. We, the guys we have on the squad are getting better, but we need, fresh influx of talent, and we're not getting it because we can't move these guys. And once again, we're looking to, like last year, we're looking to, young players to come in and do a miracle. We need Collier to come in, we need Amas to come in, hoping, because for too long we've been buying these players to come in and do well, but it's the young players who actually stand out. I mean, Ahmad last year, Ganacho the year before. We're hoping somebody else steps up, this season. So, if there's improvement, most likely, I'm hoping for, a young player, somebody who was injured last year to be healthy. But as far as the squad and personal improvement, we have to make more signings for there to be a substantive, look to this team. I mean, injury and being reliable, even though it's not their fault, is part of football. You can't, the best quality is availability. If most of the guys you have, hardly ever available, and it's a consistent thing with your team year after year, and you can't improve your depth. I can't say this team is more or less improving. So we cross our fingers, hope everybody's healthy, and if that happens, sure, but we still as thin as we were last year.
Yeah. My thing is, as of now, I don't think the team improved, right? Because I mean, as you all mentioned, it was 2 in, 2 out, right? And the levels that the players who left, proved that they could give us. I'm not sure, we could get that from the two that came in. It is yet to be proved. Because Ten Hag spoke so much in the past about, Varane's ability to organize a defense. And that has come with experience. That has come with, being there at the top level and winning.
And winning.
Understand, and winning the best trophies. And that's what Varane came with. And he had that organizational skill down. And that helped the team. That is something that Euro had to grow into and learn. And I mean, let me be real. It's our real egos in them just no 19, 18-year-old coming to tell 26, 27, 28-year-olds where to stand up and where to move. You have to earn that. That's a coming just so. So we don't know that organizational skill, you could clap and say, come on, guys. You could clap and do all them things, right? But nobody is listening to you until you start to win. You start to win things, right? So I think that is something massive that we lost with Varane. While Euro showing plenty quality, he is still potential. You understand what I'm saying? As far as Xerxes is concerned, that's our next one. I being honest with you, I don't think he's better than Martial, but he exhibiting similar skill set. So let me see where that's going. He training in Carrington right now. You understand? So when the team go back, he go thing. Right? Now the thing about it for me, for a team to get better earlier, 2 things had to happen. We had to raise the floor. That is your squad depth. We had to raise the floor. And then you had to raise the ceiling, which is players that coming into your first team. And we do that yet. We are raised the floor yet earlier, and we are raised the ceiling. So we're still operating in that kind of mediocre level, hoping, right, that players stay fit, as Simeon was mentioning, and that we could kick on, some players go, catch back form and that kind of thing. But that is what we have. But we know the team need quality additions. And this is where I haven't really seen anything happen. Now, I'm not going to blame Ineos because I understand Ineos coming into a situation here that they had to fix a lot of mess. Right? That's why we had to sell to buy and all them kind of things while you're watching across and you're seeing clubs spending money and Chelsea want to sign all the youth players in the world. You understand what I'm saying? Just know we just have to be scouting babies because Chelsea want to take everybody. But the point is, in your hands tied right now in what they could do because of PSR and FFP and all these different kind of regulations. So I can't put that on them because they really try to operate early o'clock, but then we have to deal with what we have to deal with now. So I still have to say that I don't think the team improve, and if we're going into this season with the squad as is, we're in trouble.
Agreed.
So yeah. So Eric saying here, you'll see the kid from Arsenal play. Anybody ever see that Obi fella play?
No.
They play a game in Premiership last season or something.
I don't think he ever played
Never play in the Premier.
senior level football, but he's a
So
real bright prospect.
we buy him for the under 21.
And for the 18s and 21s, like he's 16, I think. He was staying up there 18.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think from what I read, I don't know how true, but the idea is that he could be in the mix with Hoyland and Xerxes as striking options for the senior team. He that good.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying. He that good.
So he good.
Yeah, I can't say. I don't know.
Don't know.
Yeah,
All right,
I don't know.
let's see.
Let's see.
I mean, this is the point we're at. You have to hope these young kids come in. We turn into Barcelona now. We have to use the youth labor. Just because we can't move. And I think Ten Hag. This is where Ten Hag comes in. If Collier looking better than McTominay, play Collier.
Yes, please.
If Amos look better than Shaw, that ain't gonna happen. You still play Shaw. But you know what I'm trying to say. So you gotta give the young fellas a chance.
Well, use his good.
But you remember we have been saying that though, that we have to make a decision. If we have these young promising players, is either we willing to give them a chance or fight up with the old shittones who not improving and reach the peak. We have to decide. I can't see Manchester. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, but I think that is one of the reasons why the youth man came, because when you look over the last couple of seasons, how much youth players Arteta bring through? None.
Yeah.
Right? So this youth man looking at Man United, he would have see Kobe, then he see Garnacho, and then this season it looking like a Amas and a Collier. So he will fancy his chances at Man United because the possibility and the direction there for you to come into the first team because we gain youth the opportunities.
Yeah.
So
True.
I think it's I think you have
our under 18s are tracking good players.
Yeah.
The junior, the academy, we started to attract good players again, wanting to come to the academy. It's not just like the starting, like the leaving the clubs and coming to the academy again now too.
Yeah, exactly.
Something building in the background, and I think we had to be patient to really see everything play out.
Yeah, but I mean, what's most important is you have a manager who open to giving the young players the opportunity. You understand? And I think that is what the young players are looking at, and that's why they come in.
Yeah, you have a system in the back. You have somebody in the background looking at the contracts, looking at the whole, my 5-year plan, my 10-year plan. Say, okay, well, I'll bring this guy in, and I know I have, at least he has some kind of planning in the background besides the coach that's going on. So that's encouraging.
Yeah, the pathway for them to senior football, they at Man United, Christopher on the inside, thanks for joining, man. Good night to you. Apparently that the Arsenal youths scored 10 goals in the under 18 game against Liverpool.
Yeah.
He scored 10 goals in one game?
In a game?
Yes.
What?
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Liverpool was playing shorter. What? 10 goals?
What Liverpool was in that league?
Nah, he had to be real bad. He had to be real bad. Cavani, so is the one who convinced him to come.
Then we buy it.
Right.
How much you pay for him?
I don't know. No, I don't think it's official yet. I know Fabrizio. I think Fabrizio gave the here we go, but not official yet from the club.
Okay.
Yeah. Eric saying here last question.
Because he would not sign a senior contract yet.
Nah.
Man who says goodbye to Arsenal.
That's the same. This would be his first senior contract.
Perhaps.
Yeah. He don't
Okay.
say goodbye to Arsenal already, so no, that's official.
Okay. Eric saying here last question. If we get Ivan Toney top 4 now.
We ain't getting Tony. I ain't seen that.
Dan, one player can't make we in top 4. It's a nice buy, but I so think with being midfielder.
Midfield and defense by Eric by midfield and defense. Yeah, midfield. I mean, without getting carried away, I think the front line, I think that's the best position that we in we have Garnacho, Ahmad, Xerxes, Hoyland when he come back, Rashford, Sancho. I think we're looking good there. Mount as well. I think we're looking good there. You see that midfield area and that defense, but that's the areas that we had to deal with.
Area.
Yeah, that area we had to deal with because we're looking a real suspect there. Christopher saying here he was out of contract with Arsenal. Arteta was trying to keep him with a lucrative contract, but he blanked them. Yeah, he wanted to come on United. Let's have a better route to the first team here. Right? So that is how it is.
So you do them at Parma. All right.
Yeah. You had to give the man had to see where he correct going. Carry man playing in 18th and scoring 13 goal in game and he moving up.
You make me want to go and check here on YouTube now.
But he big for your age, eh? He big for your age.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he big. So he could fit in well.
I don't trust them African and the age and them.
Next year when I check he's 21 or
he could be about 30 and he would paper saying he's 16. I don't trust them, no? What we go see?
Yes. Anyway, so fellas, I mean, they're coming to come fast. We play in Liverpool when tomorrow or Saturday. Saturday. And I think from Liverpool after that game, we jetting out back to Old Trafford to start preparing for Manchester City in the Community Shield. Yeah. You understand? So, and I think Ten Hag said today that Garnacho and Licha will be back in training this week.
Okay.
Right.
I find they should tell Martinez, tell Alvarez, Dan comes United is.
He won't be a bad option now. I'm telling you, he won't be bad at all. And then
and he unhappy.
Yes, and I think we have some good players waiting to join in the team. They could really lift the level. You have Licha, Garnacho, Bruno, Dallo, Bayende, and Xerxes. I don't know if I leave out anybody. But those are the ones that have to join up with the team.
Cool.
Oh yes, so good. How I love Kobe, Kobe, bye.
See what I want to know. You forget the main thing.
Kobe made up. Last comment going to Christopher. He said also there was interest from Germany, probably Dortmund or Leipzig.
Yeah, I saw that.
United of all was usually missing out on players like this, but end up paying. It's true, paying 100 million for them years later. So it's good business. Yeah, man. Yeah, that was saying. So, guys, it was nice. Closing thoughts or no?
I'm talking now.
All right. So Simeon, Chef, and JP, fellas, it was nice again. And Nico, and those in the comments, thanks for the likes and the shares. Keep the support there, man. Real. We have a big season coming. And I know when we win, we just get some nice support on the pod. So we need them fellas and them to win games, Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. So have a good
get better soon, bro.
Yeah, for sure. I watched my other wear this thing for 2 weeks.
Yeah, no bother.
Anyway, so guys, we're gonna be here again when Saturday. Yeah, because we give a Saturday we end. I just sometimes when that team change halftime, I just can't manage Yeah,
man.
Yes. So Dion, good night to you. Glory, glory, Man United. I will
Good
be
night,
saying.
Dion.
Yes. So brothers, have a good one. See you on the next one.
Yeah, brother.